Hello, I'm Charlotte and this is Books and Bargains. Today I'm coming to you with my July anticipated releases video, and I can't believe that we're halfway through this year already. I know that everybody on BookTube says that, and in fact I am going to be filming next week my mid-year book freakout tag, and yeah, cannot believe that we are at July already. I have 7 books to share with you today, and I think they are mostly thrillers and contemporaries. Yeah. So let's just jump straight in. So the first book that I want to share with you is Sing If You Can't Dance by Alexia Casale. So this is available in paperback and Kindle, and I have pre-ordered this book. Not only is this a coming of age book, it's a coming to terms with disability book, and our main character collapses on stage and then has to deal with what that means for her going forward in her career, as she can no longer dance, and so heads down the singing route instead. A bit like Shitbag last month, I'm really interested in reading more disability books. This one I don't believe is own voices, but that doesn't always put me off. I'm reserving my judgment until A, I've read the book, and B, read a bit more on the author's inspiration. Another book that I read that wasn't own voices was Alice Peterson's A Song for Tomorrow, and that was done really well because she had worked with members of the cystic fibrosis community and made sure that it was spot on. So that comes out, if I didn't already say, on the 6th of July, as in fact I think quite a few of these do. I have pre-ordered that book, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. The second book coming out on the 6th of July is one that I have already read and already loved, and that was Claire Allan's In the Dark. If you haven't read a Claire Allan thriller before, I always think that they are written in a way that if you just want to take them as face value, they're really, really good thrillers. But actually, the author examines more kind of undertones. For example, her book, I think it was The Nurse, dug a bit further into like incel culture, which is something that absolutely petrifies me. But in After the Dark we follow Nora Logue. Now Nora's daughter Daisy went missing 7 years ago. Nora was there when it happened, and all she can remember is going into the woods and coming out and Daisy not coming out. So it's a case that has divided opinion, especially online, with people thinking that she did something to her daughter and she herself can't remember. So when a journalist comes to her saying that they're going to do a documentary and find out kind of what happened, she decides to go along with them and then wonders if it's putting her young son in danger by doing it. I read this one quite a while ago. I was really lucky to get an advanced reader copy of this via NetGalley, and so I don't fully remember the ins and outs, but I do remember it being a really good look at how the kind of obsession with true crime these days means that people online think they know more about cases than they actually do. And this again is out on the 6th of July and highly, highly recommend it. The third book that I want to talk about this month is one that I'm actually reading at the moment, and that is The French Chateau Dream by Julie Caplin. This is the 10th book in the, I think it's called is it The Secret Escapes? The Romantic Escapes. And I'm loving this series. I've read the first 3 and then I've skipped straight to this one, which no, I don't normally do, but as I was lucky enough to get an advanced reader's copy of this, I thought that I would. So in this one, we are following, what is her name? We are following Hattie, who has gone to France to plan her cousin's wedding, and to do that, she moves into the chateau, and on her very first day meets the gorgeous Luke, and we just know where it's going to go from there. It's a Julie Caplin romance. The food descriptions are always fantastic. The places always make me feel like I'm there. And yeah, this also comes out on the 6th of July. The 6th of July seems to be a very popular publication day, because another one that I have read and loved and is out on the 6th of July is The Woman Who Lied by Claire Douglas. This was my first Claire Douglas thriller, and I'm pretty sure that it won't be my last. This was really, really clever. So in this one, we are following an author whose name is... we're following an author, Amelia, who has written a series of kind of police procedural books, and she has decided that this book that she's writing is going to be her last, and she's going to kill off the main character. However, when things start happening that mirror things that happened in her books, she realizes that someone is out to get her. And I don't want to go into too much detail of this one, other than to say we follow in this both Amelia in her day-to-day life and things from her book, so it can get a little bit confusing at times, but it just adds to the whole drama of this book. Like I say, this was my first Claire Douglas, and it won't be my last. That, I believe, is also out in paperback, Kindle and audiobook. Also on the 6th of July is a debut author that I would like to get my hands on, but as we all know, I'm going on to a low spend year, so this will just go onto my wish list for who knows how long. But this is Wanderlust by Elle, Everhart. So Dylan rings a radio show and she wins a round the world trip. The only catch is that she has to go on this trip with a random contact from her phone picked by the radio producer, and it says that it's the man she ghosted, Jack the Posho. So I kind of like these kind of, I don't know whether I'd call it a second chance romance when she ghosted him. It's more an enemies to lovers, and yeah, I'm here for it. So I just saw the cover of this one, read the description and thought, yep, that sounds right up my street. And then flash forward to the 20th of July and we have What Happens on Vacation by Jo Watson. I haven't read any Jo Watson books before, but I do have Big Bones. Is it called Big Boned? Which I think is a YA book of hers on my Kindle. And this, I believe, is going to have fat rep. I'm not 100% sure. So the cover looks like it could go either way. But this... it's pretty much like the last book that I mentioned. It's the same kind of trope. The main character, Margaret, needs R&R, and in the office quiz, the prize is an all-expenses paid trip to Zanzibar, which she decides that she'll take her mom to. But actually what she doesn't expect to happen is for her to win it in joint with somebody else from work who, surprise, surprise, she doesn't get on with. This has enemies to lovers and forced proximity. So I think if I do read it anytime soon, I'm going to love it. But again, I probably won't read that anytime soon. And then the last book that is being released also on the 20th of July is How to Die Famous by Benjamin Dean. I am supposed to be on the blog tour for this, so I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks the book arrives. But it says... London-born Abel lands a role in a blockbuster, but he's actually an undercover journalist. And I like any of these books that are sort of to do with celebrity culture and calling out that kind of thing. I think it said there was murder and secrets and lies. It makes me think a lot of a YA version of Ellery Lloyd's The Club. So these things where you're kind of following these celebrities and not really rooting for them, and you just want to work out what happened. Also like Claire McIntosh's The Last Party, that's along those lines as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know that has been a very quick whistle-stop tour through the 7 books that I'm excited to be released in July. On Friday, I will be coming to you with a bonus video all about my no/low spend year and why I'm doing it, along with a vlog on Sunday. And I think you're also going to get 3 videos next week, because I think you're going to get my June book haul, followed by my summer TBR, and again another vlog. So if you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe below and stick around. And until next time, look after yourselves. Bye.